hearts are open, to you all longing speak, and to you no secret thing is hidden. I beg you, purify the intentions of my heart through the unspeakable gift of your grace, so that I can love you with all I am and praise you for all you are. Amen. And so in that prayer and those few sentences, you get really what the cloud is all about. It isn't so much us reaching out to God, but it's God that's reaching out to us. And also, as we see, as we go through this course, that the cloud is really about a way of knowing, which is the way of loving. Not in an affective way, but it's about learning love in the deepest sense of that word. And so, ultimately, the cloud is about contemplation. And please don't let that turn you away, because we're all called to be contemplatives, as I will refer to this a little later. Thomas Merton, in his New Seeds of Contemplation, defines what contemplation is. And this is how he defines it. He says, contemplation is the highest expression of our intellectual and spiritual life. It is that life itself, fully awake, fully active, fully aware that it is alive. It is spiritual wonder. It is spontaneous awe at the sacredness of life and of being. It is gratitude for life, for awareness, for being. And then he goes on. Poetry, music, and art have something in common with the contemplative experience. But contemplation is beyond aesthetic intuition, beyond art, beyond poetry. Indeed, it is also beyond philosophy, beyond speculative theology. It resumes, transcends, and fulfills them all. And yet at the same time, it seems in a certain way top, supersede, and to deny them all. Contemplation is always beyond our own knowledge. And this is key, the way he says this. Contemplation is beyond our own knowledge. And then he goes on, contemplation is also the response of a call from him who has no voice, and yet who speaks in everything that is, and who, most of all, speaks in the depths of our own being. Contemplation is more than a consideration of abstract truths about God, more even that effective meditation on the things we believe. It is awakening, it is enlightenment, and the amazing intuitive grasp by which love gains certitude of God's creative and dynamic intervention into our lives. And so, briefly, if you just ponder those words of Merton, this is what you'll find in the Cloud of Unknowing. And really, where the cloud brings you is to a way of being there. It brings you to a way of reflection. To say it in another way, the cloud invites you to pay attention and simply to be aware. And in that sense, what we call the contemplative is for every human being. And so the interest in the cloud and why you might even be taking this course, I can only guess. Some of you, maybe many of you, might be taking this course because of your practice of centering prayer. I practice centering prayer, and I'll talk about this more in the next session. That said, in this course, I'm not going to dwell really on centering prayer, but rather the spirituality of the cloud, which is at the underpinning or the foundation of centering prayer. Some of you might be here for that reason. Others might be interested in transcendental meditation. And there is a synergy between the cloud and TM. And simply, the reason I say that is that we have something very powerful in our